Take a break long enough to do our presentations that will be made between the female declaration and our first class of bull calves, as well as taking a quick break to get our photos of champion, female, and reserve. That will be as quick of a break as we will afford the Simmental Show exhibitors, as we are rolling right into the next show after the Simmental Show.
And in ring number 1, we're back into our open Limousin show with our junior bull calf class and division, sponsored by Lone Star Tack and Feed. Our first place in this class will be our junior bull calf champion. Second place, the reserve bull calf champion. They'll receive the sponsorship of Lone Star Tack and Feed, and also will be advancing to our grand champion bull class. Our bull show will move relatively quickly. We have 3 classes in our Limousin show, 2 calf classes, a junior and a senior bull, and bull calf classes, and then a single entry senior champion bull, mature bull, and then we'll be right into our grand champion bull class. And that's when we will actually spotlight our Limousin champion of the world. So PJ and team, I would say that we're probably 15 minutes from when we will do our 2018 Limousin Champion of the World presentation with our Grand Champion Limousin bull class in the ring. But right now, our junior bull calf, Judge Aaron Grant from Olds, determining who will be the contenders on behalf of the junior bull division in that Grand Champion bull drive. And he's got her figured out, folks. Comments from Judge Aaron.
2 bull calves in here we really like for some different reasons. I think we went ahead with the softer flank calf. I think a calf that ties down a little bit longer into his muscle pattern through down into that hock. He's a calf we'd maybe like to tidy him up a little bit through his front 1/3, but I think a calf that's got some plenty of depth and shape to his rib and some spread down his top. Young lady's bull next. I think he's probably the rawer muscle bull. I think he's a little bit more expressive as you view him. He ties in a little bit stronger behind his shoulder than the black calf that starts the class, but he's maybe just a little bit shorter out of that hip, just a little bit rounder made, but 2 really nice, useful calves to start out our bull show.
And thank you, Judge Grant. Entry 1711 is our junior bull calf champion for Payne Livestock, RPY Payne's Grit. 51G. Entry 1711 is our junior bull calf champion and will be advancing to our grand champion drive from this championship sponsored by Lone Star Tack and Feed. And second place in this class, our reserve junior champion bull, also advancing to the champion drive, Richmond General, SRD 45G, entry 1712 from Richmond Ranch of Rumsey, Alberta. Our next class into the ring will be the 3-head senior bull calf class, also doubling as a championship drive for our senior bulls, bull calves, sponsored by DC Farms.
Over in our Simmental ring, we have our second and final split of yearling heifers. In the ring to our judge, our age range in this split is from January 1st to January 22nd. We'd also like to make another special note to recognize the Alberta Simmental Association Breeder Select program. You have the opportunity to receive a $10,000 sales credit to purchase 1 or more animals from the Alberta Select Breeders Group. Be sure to look them up at the show or on social media, and if you're interested to have an opportunity to be in that group, you'll want to talk to Tracy Kimmel, who is up on the stage. She'd be more than happy to help you, as well. You'll find some folks at the Alberta Simmental Association booth. We're going to make some really exciting early bird draws with the ASA Breeders Select here between the champion female class and our first split of bull calves. So if you're interested to get in, you'll want to talk to Tracy ASAP.
And in ring number 1, this is our senior bull calf class of the Limousin show, sponsored by DC Farms. And Judge Grant, your class is complete. Again, top 2 from this class will be division champion and reserve and advance to our grand champion drive. Tomorrow evening, right here in Hall B, we want to invite everyone to the 3 Chords and the Roots Songwriter Circle concert. 3 Chords and the Roots Songwriter Circle is in support of mental health for farmers, and they're holding a series of concerts, including Farm for International, right here in Hall B of the Edmonton Expo Center. The concert starts at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, and is included with your ability to get on park. So it's a free concert for everybody. Donations will be accepted for the Do More Agriculture Foundation in support of mental health for farmers. So tomorrow evening, Friday night, a Farm for International 2019, at 7 p.m. is the Three Chords and the Roots Songwriter Circle concert. You don't have to pay anything to get in, but donations are certainly welcome in support of mental health for farmers through the Do More Agriculture Foundation. And we also want to remind our Limousin breeders in attendance of the International Limousin Congress to be held in France, September 17th to 26th next year. And making her foray into the Limousin business, she's been doing it since she was born, but this is perhaps one of her first association functions. Tessa Verbeek and new daughter, another generation of Limousin breeders, proud members of the crowd, and general manager of the Canadian Limousin Association. We're very happy to have Tessa and the next generation of Verbeeks in attendance at our Farm for International Limousin show.
And we're ready over in ring number 2 for comments on our second and final split of yearling heifers from Judge Tyson Hertz.
I think two really good individuals here that sort themselves up in this second Simmental yearling heifer class. Two females that pattern relatively similar in terms of the way their hips designed, in terms of the way their bone work, and how they hit the ground. I just prefer a little slimmer neck on this heifer up front, and I think she reaches out just a little better off her front too, and then has a little more flex and cushion in her hock and her pastern when you compare her to the second place female. Now the second place female is a bigger bone, bigger footed, heavier structured heifer, but for me I think we just need to see her just a little fresher from her shoulders forward, and then maybe just get her a little leveler coming out of her hip. But I think two really high quality individuals that I think we could, there's a lot of discussion that could be had between them. And again, I don't ask that you always agree with me. I just ask that you understand why I do what I do. But I think really good top end in this class. I think a nice pair of heifers that hit us third and fourth. I just prefer the one that gets out and trucks and moves a little freer off of both ends. And this black heifer that comes to us in third, she's really level in her design, and I love how flexible she is off of that hock and pastern. And that's the advantages she has over our fourth place heifer, a female that just gets a little restricted in her movement and a little chuffier up from her shoulders forward, being a little shorter necked and pushing a little more weight into that crest and behind her pole. The young lady's heifer that she's just dragging in next, I think a female that really hits you is the slender neck but big enough bodied female. I think this young lady just kind of got dealt a tough deck of cards, being the slickest haired female in class today. But I think where I get kind of concerned on this female is just what she's pushing down for an udder right now at this stage. And I know that can change as we get closer to calving time. I just want to see her with a little better placement in terms of where her teats line up, and shorten them up and refine them just a little. But I think a really nice female in terms of neck with body and substance, and still in a sound enough package. Just get concerned underneath there. I think a female that hits us next is one that you either really like, or you probably ends up down here in the bottom. She's tall, she's long, she's large outline, and some people really like that. For me, I prefer them a little bit more on the moderate side, and hate it or love it, that's just the way it's going to be today for me. But I think a female that there's a lot of good, and I really love the angles on this heifer. I love how long-bodied she is from shoulder to hip. Just for me, just gets a little framey out here for me today. And then if she just had a nickel more rib, that frame would probably balance up a little bit better. But we just need to soften her up in that center portion. The red heifer, we round the class off with a heifer that is the opposite end of the spectrum, just the smallest statured female in this class today. For me, I think a female that I'd like to change the shape of that back foot on and then freshen her up from her shoulders forward. But I really love the squareness of hip in this female, and the boldness that she has down the top side of her skeleton. And she sets up with lots of a real wide, true base width underneath her. We just need to freshen her up and change the shape of that back foot. But a really nice class of females.
Thank you, Judge Hertz. So first place and moving on to our next class, that is our junior champion, is entry 1988 from Scotland and Cattle with Scott Miss Felicity 6F. Second in class, entry 2000 from Russellvia Cattle Company and West Gold Farms with WFL Loaded Licious. Third in class, entry 1989, MMP Hit Me Where It Hurts 50F, exhibited by Pearson Farms. Fourth in class, entry 1986 from Sunstar Semitalls and Maple Falls Semitalls with Sunstar Rubies 6F. Fifth in class, entry 1991 from Swan Lake Farms with Swan Lake Heaven Sent 2F. Sixth in class, entry 1987 Sunstar Shania 19F from Sunstar Semitalls. And seventh entry 1990 DUNK Lady in Red 74F from Pearson Farms. Our next class will be our junior yearling heifer division. And over to you, Rob, in ring number 1.
And we're ready now with comments from Judge Aaron Grant on his senior bull calf class and championship. Folks, Judge Grant.
Three really stout individuals that we've got out in this class. I think the best balanced bull is going to win today for me. Really a long-sided, long top bull. Bull that maybe if we could change him, we'd like to just drop his flank a little bit. But after that, probably the nicest tracking, freest moving bull in the class, and a calf that's got a world of volume and expression to him. A little bit softer made bull in second, a little bit again softer as you look at him through his flank, but maybe he doesn't quite come in through as neat and as true through his shoulder and front end. I think a calf that's definitely got some depth of body to him as well. The bull calf coming out in third, a calf we'd maybe like to give just a little bit more give and flex to his hock and his pastern, maybe just like to lengthen him out in that front end stride. But I think three bulls that we really liked with a great deal of muscle expression.
Thank you, Judge Grant. Our senior bull calf champion and first place in this class is entry 1714, Greenwood God's Country, 706 GET from Greenwood at Lloydminster. Our reserve senior bull calf champion from Greenwood as well, Greenwood Grand Entry, 704G, entry 1713, reserve senior champion. Entry 1715 is third in that class, and in addition to your program is co-owned by Richmond Ranch. Entry 1715, co-owned by Richmond Ranch. We'll see 1714 and 1713 again in our champion drive, which will happen right after this next class, the single entry senior bull class, those born in 2017.
Well, thank you, Robin. Over in ring number 2, our Judge Tyson Hertz is going to declare his junior champion. That's our class winner from our first split, entry 1938 from Boss Lake Genetics with Boss Lake Miss L 849F. And from that same class, our reserve junior champion, the entry from Black Gold Simmental, Black Gold Soda Pop 160F 1998. Of course, Brittany on halter will receive the banner, sponsored by Virginia Ranch, and Riley taking home the banner from Sarah Van Sickle of Nolera Farms. Those are your two junior champions. They'll be coming back for the champion drive for champion overall Simmental, qualified for Alberta Supreme. Our next class in will be our 2-year-old pairs.
And in our Limousin ring number 1, this is the single entry mature bull class or senior bull class, sponsored by 777 Cattle. Congratulations, 777 Cattle, sponsor of our senior bull class and also senior championship. Again, our next class into ring number 1 will be our grand champion bull class. So if our junior and senior bull calf champions could be at the hitching ring, ready to come into the ring, we'll waste no time as Judge Grant finishes this class and moves into his grand champion Limousin bull class. And comments from Judge Grant on his senior champion.
senior bull out here, a bull that's got a tremendous amount of mass and volume to him, and yet a bull that when he walks out here, I think really sets him down where he picks him up. Really free and easy moving type of a bull, really soft kind of made, but yet extremely expressive and wide chested. If we could change him a little bit, we'd maybe like to clean